Rick Ness is making a triumphant return to the world of Gold Rush. As season 14 of the beloved Discovery Channel series unfolds, this season miner is determined to reverse his fortunes after a hiatus of just over a year, during which he shut down his Yukon mine. What followed was a tumultuous descent into what he candidly describes as hitting rock bottom. Ness was profoundly shaken by the loss of his mother and the financial setbacks that followed, despite more than a decade of hard-earned experience in the mining industry. Life seemed to unravel further as the 42-year-old found himself sinking into a deep depression, seeking solace in substances to numb his emotional pain. In a bold move, Ness decided to sell his late mother's house, harboring hopes of rebuilding what he had lost, all with the steadfast support of his friend, Brian Z. Zaremba. Notably, Ness had experienced significant wins in the past, having recently recorded a record-breaking season with a staggering $3.6 million in gold. Now, Rick Ness is back in the spotlight on the hit Discovery series, determined to prove himself once more. This return means confronting not only his own past mistakes but also a host of familiar faces, including fellow gold miners like Parker Schnabel and Tony Beets. As the high-stakes season gears up for action, Ness candidly opens up about his remarkable comeback journey. In a candid interview, reality TV star Rick Ness opens up about his return to the challenging world of mining. Ness begins by revealing the pivotal moment that triggered his return. "I ultimately stepped back and re-evaluated everything in my life," he explains. Like many others, the pressures of life had taken their toll on him. Struggling to cope, he realized he needed to make significant changes. "I wasn't dealing with things correctly because I didn't know how. I didn't want to reach out for help," Ness admits. His life was marked by a series of poor decisions, prompting him to question his path. "I have over a decade of invested in this. Time, money, effort, all this," he reflects, referring to his mining career. This deep-rooted commitment to the industry made him determined not to give up, and he resolved to do whatever it took to get back to the mines. One of the most significant challenges Ness faced was the use of funds from his late mother's house to fund his comeback. Reflecting on his mother's passing, he admits, "I never dealt with it." For years, he avoided confronting his grief, believing he was too busy to address it. However, this strategy proved to be counterproductive. He eventually took ownership of his mother's house and faced the emotional task of packing it up. Selling the house became a means to finance his mining endeavor, a decision that was bittersweet but necessary. "A house is a house," Ness says, emphasizing that his mother would have wanted him to pursue his dreams and make the most of the opportunity. As he embarked on this new season of mining, Ness recognized the need to build a new team. In the past, he had learned the hard way about trusting people too easily. This time, he was determined to be more discerning. "Putting the right team together is night and day difference," Ness declares. Financial challenges were also a significant hurdle, but he was confident in his abilities to overcome them. "I knew I was capable of doing it," he says, referring to his expertise in handling equipment and mining operations. The real question was whether he could replicate his past success. Throughout his journey, Ness found unwavering support from his close friend Z. "Z has been one of my best friends for a long time," he says. Even during his darkest moments, Ness valued Z's presence in his life. "He was always there when I needed him," Ness acknowledges. Despite Z's own responsibilities as a husband, father, and career person, he agreed to join Ness on his mining venture. This support was invaluable to Ness, who was essentially starting over without many resources. Having a familiar face by his side provided a much-needed boost of confidence.